Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are. Thank you for coming back to watch my videos. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do so. Guys, I have a lot for you this morning, a lot that you want to hear. Check this out. So on May 2nd, 2024, over 200 India nationals and also some Uzbekistan enter into Jamaica on a chartered flight. It was an illegal flight because all the documentations weren't right. Most, if not all, were traveling on a one-day visa. That's a big red flag. That tells me that something was up. But check this out. Two of the individuals on the flight were not on the flight manifest. And another two that were of interest to the United States. However, these people were able to be deplaned, enter into the city of Kingston, browsing the streets like tourists while their travel documents weren't up to date. How could this have happened? Why the Prime Minister and the Minister of National Security did not inform the people about this? Not even the Passport and Immigration Office made any report. They were so tight-lipped about this. It was not until social media broke the news before there was any response from the news or from the Jamaican government. But this is what happened when the government put a muzzle on the local media. If you speak what they don't want you to speak, then you could lose your job or you could face being shut down. And that's what Andrew Holness's government have been trying to implement from a long time ago. Good going, guys. Check this out. It was said that at first there were 218 men that came on the flight. However, by the time the Gleaner published the news, we understood that there were actually 253 men, including the flight crew. It took approximately 3.5 days before the government responded. What was the mission for these over 200 men? And who were to receive them? But guys, here's the kicker. It was alleged that the person or persons who were supposed to process these men weren't at work. Therefore, everything went wrong. Could this be the truth? Is this a part of the so-called skilled migrant program that the Jamaican Prime Minister spoke about? Please tell me, guys, what you think. So even though social media was buzzing with this story, it wasn't until these men were at the airport waiting to board, to leave, that the government or even the news actually make mention of anything about it. All this was kept a secret, and this is crazy, guy. Had it not been for social media, we wouldn't have known anything about this. But I guess these guys have to protect their own interests, so therefore they didn't bother to say anything until after the fact. Now guys, I'm not against anybody trying to seek opportunity elsewhere, but if you're gonna do it properly, do it correctly. Now on this same flight, there were men that were flagged because they tried to enter Jamaica before, right? How these men came on the plane, I don't know, but these men were expecting to stay in Jamaica for 5 days on a single day visa. That is crazy. That is definitely what I call a red flag. Maybe they just didn't have a story because of the situation that they found themselves in. There is a name for that kind of flight, and they call it the donkey flight. It's a popular term used in the Punjab region, describing a treacherous and hazardous flight to the west or even to the United States. Some of these men also stated that they were heading to Nicaragua to work on housing project, and that's a big red flag, big no-no. Others claimed that they were heading to Canada after. This was going down all the way twisted, guys. Shoot me some comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think. The bombshell is this, guys. Wait for it. It's alleged that these men were brought in by foreign business owners to work in their industry. Right? Could this be the truth? Could this be the truth? Bear in mind, guys, that Jamaica is not one of the greatest economy. There are so many countries that are doing so much better than Jamaica where they could have gone. The million-dollar question, guys, is why Jamaica? Why Jamaica? Is it because of the connections? Is it because of the connections? Or is it because of the pay-to-play immigration system that's going on in Jamaica? There are some serious questions to be answered. Why it was like all men on this flight? What was an all-male crew, I would say, was supposed to be a part of when they enter Jamaica? And what these men were doing between Friday, May 2nd and the early morning of May 5th before they depart. This remains a mystery, guys, and reason for concern, great concerns. Yet these men were roaming the streets, shopping and enjoying the scenery. What else did they do? Where else did they go? Who did they speak to? According to government report, these men were given hospitality because of international travel regulation, in which I found to be absurd. I think it's garbage. The way I know it, if a person is traveling and their documents aren't up to standard, they would be held at the airport only to be sent back on the earliest flight possible. And if they were suspect on that particular flight, if they were wanted by any country or whatever, these people would have been detained. So you could just take a look at these guys walking around, enjoying the scene unsupervised. They weren't followed, they weren't monitored in any way, shape, or form. This is so contrary to what the government said, that they were under police guard. These guys are such liars. Where are the police? Where are the police? I would like to say to some of these government ministers that when you're about to tell your lies, think twice. And if you do, remember them and always have a backup plan, because in the end, on the big stage, you're going to look real stupid. Some key question that I would like to ask is how long these kind of flights have been coming to Jamaica, and how many flights like these came before. What did these men brought with them? Or what did these men took with them? Or who did they took with them while they were leaving? Better yet, how do we know if it's all the same men that came on the flight went back? These are questions that we may never have any answer to. But going forward, guys, I think the government should implement a workplace immigration system in Jamaica, inspecting all workplaces, especially those in the hospitality and hotel industry, to ensure that all these people are legal migrants, legal workers for that matter. But I don't think that's going to happen, because the government that is in power right now, all these things happening under their watch. So you might not get the kind of answer that you're looking for. One thing I know, guys, that the effect from this illegal flight could be long-lasting and tragic. We may never know until something happens. Only time will tell. Guys, there's some crazy stuff going on, and people are so afraid to speak out or to even demonstrate, because they're afraid that the power that be might send police after them, or they might even end up losing their jobs and all these things. It's very sad. But anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Take care of yourself. See you on the other side. Jamaicans, we need to stand up to the government and demand that the government stop these illegal and undocumented employment of foreigners. Stop it. People in Jamaica need the jobs.